breaking news here in Batshit Bonkers Britain, where a man has just won the World's Strongest Woman competition. That's right. The World's Strongest Woman is now a man, which is great, because I love my strongest women to have a cock and balls. I mean, I really do. Perhaps we'll reach the point where there are no women left at all in any women's sport, and then men can really consider that they have triumphed over the lesser species. In other news, the repellent George.
Breaking news in Batshit Bonkers Britain, where the political circus is in full swing once again, and Katie Hopkins has set her sights on Rachel Reeves just hours before Budget Day. Hopkins took to the airwaves with her trademark sarcasm, tearing into the Chancellor with claims that tomorrow's budget will be, in her words, a full-blown economic catastrophe wrapped in a red ribbon.
So-called president at Oxford Union has been ousted from his position after he celebrated the death of my friend Charlie Kirk. I can say to the Oxford Union, I will now be prepared to come debate in your chamber. Now you've got rid of that utter cretin. How he ended up being president of the union, or even in Oxford University in the first place, is anyone's guess, but I think we can all guess the answer. And finally, tomorrow is the budget of Rachel Reeves, ceramic bobhead, hair by Lego. It will be disastrous. No wonder everybody's outraged about it. She'll probably end up blubbing if anyone's nasty to her, and say that she's being picked on because she's a...
Hopkins opened her rant with a mocking monologue, saying she could already picture Reeves practicing her serious face in the mirror while praying the numbers don't collapse live on TV. She accused Reeves of preparing the country for what she called the most disastrous budget since calculators were invented, arguing that no amount of political polish could hide what she believes is economic chaos behind the scenes. As commentators scrambled to react, Hopkins continued firing shots. She claimed insiders were quietly panicking about gaps in the Treasury's figures and hinted that Reeves had been dodging questions about the true cost of her plans. According to Hopkins, tomorrow's announcement is less a budget, more a warning label for the nation. Rachel Reeves supporters brushed off the mockery, calling Hopkins' performance a publicity stunt designed to stir outrage rather than inform. But critics of the government latched onto her comments, saying they echoed their own fears about rising taxes, unstable forecasts, and growing uncertainty. Supporters of Hopkins applauded her for finally saying what everyone's thinking, claiming she was the only one brave enough to call out what they see as growing incompetence inside the Treasury. They argued that her warning about a disastrous budget echoed the fears of ordinary people dealing with rising costs, stagnant wages, and an economy that feels increasingly unpredictable. On the other side, critics accused Hopkins of pouring petrol on an already blazing fire. They argued that her comments were designed to stir panic, rile up her base, and create chaos on the eve of a crucial national moment. Finance bloggers and policy analysts chimed in, warning that speculation and mockery only add to market jitters, especially when businesses and investors are already bracing for impact. The online debate spiraled further when economists began weighing in. Some hinted that Reeves' numbers were indeed tight, suggesting a tough budget was inevitable. Others insisted Hopkins was exaggerating for dramatic effect, pointing out that no Treasury plan is perfect, especially in such an unstable global climate. By late evening, hashtags linked to the clash were trending nationwide. Reaction videos flooded TikTok. Twitter was alive with charts, jokes, and arguments. YouTube political channels rushed out emergency live streams to break down every word. Even journalists admitted privately that the level of pre-budget tension felt different this year, sharper, louder, more politically charged. Budget day always brings drama, but this year the atmosphere feels especially volatile. With the cost of living crisis still biting, public trust in politicians hitting new lows, and the economy balancing on a knife's edge, the country is watching closely. Hopkins' comments didn't just spark debate, they added a new layer of pressure, setting the stage for what could become one of the most scrutinized budget days in recent memory. Now, all eyes turn to Rachel Reeves. Will she deliver a confident, credible plan that reassures the country? Or will Hopkins' prediction of a disastrous budget prove true? The political stakes couldn't be higher, and the fallout from tomorrow's announcement could shape Britain's future for years to come. So what do you think? Is Katie Hopkins exposing real flaws in the upcoming budget, or is this just another attention-grabbing tirade? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, hit like if you're following every twist in this unfolding story, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Britain's political roller coaster isn't slowing down anytime soon. Stay curious, stay informed, and stay skeptical.
Like this video and subscribe my channel for latest political updates for bombshell news.